What I'm looking for in a bank is one that's looking out for me, like NBT. I want a relationship and a team that supports me in my dreams. And when life gets challenging, I need a bank that's focused on what matters. Not to mention one that's been top-rated by Forbes in trust, customer service, financial advice, and more. That's why when it comes to meeting my banking needs, it's always NBT. Learn more at nbtbank.com. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome and thanks for tuning in. This is Tom Hickey from 2020 Media, and we are featuring NBT Bank's On the Scene podcast, reaching over 250,000 readers via Jewish Ledger, weha.com, West Hartford Magazine, live 24/7, 365. And we are very pleased and proud today to have our sponsors, NBT Bank, on as guests. And before we introduce them and chat for a little bit, I'd like to introduce to you my partner in this On the Scene podcast, Bob Carr. Hi, Bob.
Hi, Tom. Thank you, Tom. I appreciate that. Tom Hickey, along with myself, Kosher McCarty, and Ronnie Newton, is a founder and partner in weha.com. Tom brings to West Hartford the Connecticut Jewish Ledger, West Hartford Magazine, which is West Hartford's first and original lifestyle magazine, and the various tastes of West Hartford, the best of West Hartford, which is celebrating its 10th anniversary this fall, and other fun events throughout the year. Our podcast is assembled and posted by the Modern Observer Group of Middletown, Connecticut. And today our guests are Andreas Kapetanopoulos, president of NBT Bank, Connecticut, and Victor Gonzalez, branch manager, NBT Bank, 68 South Main Street, West Hartford branch.
It's a mouthful.
That was a mouthful, especially with all the names.
I'm always impressed by you being able to pronounce Andreas's name properly.
We work really hard on that. Yes. Anyway, Victor, we wanted to start off with you today. You have recently been awarded a Spotlight Award with the West Hartford Chamber of Commerce. Full disclosure, I'm a board member of the West Hartford Chamber, as is Andreas. I'm also on the Community Engagement Committee, which chooses the winners of the various awards. So I wanted to just bring this up for everybody, that there were several really compelling candidates for that award. We narrow it down to two. It's a constant talk back and forth about everyone's qualifications, and we'll put you over the top. Is your currently responsibility as being a branch manager in the first NBT, the standalone branch in West Hartford. That's a great position and great opportunity for you, as well as your constant, consistent going out to our various events at the chamber. So we're surprised at how often you are able to show up and actually do your job. I want to point that out. So based on that, what is your day-to-day responsibilities as a branch manager?
So, and thank you, and good morning, gentlemen. And it's a pleasure being on this podcast with you all. And thank you for the opportunity. So essentially, my role here is really to get our name out there and out in the community. And I'm very big, even with my past experience, very big in community involvement. How I was raised, how I was brought up, it's just giving back to the community was always a cornerstone in my life. And having a strong team like I do in West Hartford, I have Brandon and Riza, who are my two go-to employees who are just awesome. They hold down the fort while I'm out. We do still have time to do staff meetings and making sure they're staying on track on their goals. And we do have one-to-ones, and I cut time for that piece during the week. So I do have time to do coaching and managing my team, which is nice. But they allow me to actually foster and do a lot of these community events, which is just a phenomenal strength and trust that I have with them, because I know if things should come up, they hold down the fort. They say, hey, Victor, when I come back, like this X, Y, and Z happened. And we're fortunate enough to be able to do that right now because we're still growing. So our volume is not where it's going to be, 6 or 7 or 8 months from now, which I know the volume is going to start picking up once we get more traction and once I find and meet more business owners. Because right now I'm doing one-on-one meetings with a lot of business owners, local companies and local leaders, and having lunch with them and sitting down, and then and I'm bringing in those relationships one meeting at a time. So yeah, to fall back on your original question, what my data or what my aim or what my role is really is to make sure my team is set, make sure their goals are well defined, and making sure that they're on track and doing what they need to do on a day-to-day basis. So they're also growing, and that I'm also helping them and coaching them and developing them so they can get to their next level in the team. So it's my role is community and teamwork.
Beautiful, love it.
That's got to be a change. I mean, that's just got to be a change. I mean, Andreas, you've been around longer than Victor, and my wife was in banking for 40 years. It seems like a change in the way, branch management has gone, right? You're out there in the community and cultivating clients. Am I wrong about that, or?
It is and it isn't. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for having me back. But we really view the branch manager as the main contact to the community. He's the face of the bank in West Hartford, and we've been open, I believe, around 6 months now, and the location is 68 South Main Street. I think it's a fantastic location. It's been working out very well for us, but we've got to go out there, and we just don't expect people to walk in the doors. What we expect to do is get our name out there, and Victor, that's really what he's doing. He's a whirlwind of energy. So, and he's out there, like you said, he's out there at all the events. I was out there trying to cover him myself, which is just not possible to do. So just having him on the team now has been just a huge help, and takes a lot of weight off of my shoulders as well. But like I said, number one is he's got to be the face of the bank in the community, and just be out there and just touching base with everyone.
Yeah, well, back to that award, the key elements for that was Victor's position, and then just the amount of time he's at West Hartford Chamber of Commerce events. So the award is based on that effort, which is not just we're just picking somebody out. And then again, the effort was there from a number of younger professionals, and it just Victor shined. So again, congratulations, Victor, on that. And
I appreciate that. Thank you.
That's your job. You're getting it done.
Yeah. And I enjoy doing it. And again, I can't stress enough, like, I have that trust in my team to be able to go out in the community and do those type of events. But they're fun too. I bring my daughters to them as much as I can. I try to make it a family fun, and people meet my kids, and it's great. And my fiance. So it's fun. It's fun.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a good group. Tom had actually mentioned earlier today, we were chatting about the NBT branch bank at 68 South Main, and you're the only, or one of the few branches in downtown West Hartford, considered downtown, to have a drive up. How does that help? What's that?
Oh, it's a huge advantage for us. And it's interesting, as we were located down the street on the second floor at 433 South Main for a couple of years, which obviously was not ideal. And as we were looking for locations, there are very few locations in West Hartford where you can get a drive-through in. And I know Scott Franklin, our landlord, he's been talking to me on and off for a while about that location. And then the more we looked at it, and we said, this really makes sense. We've got to be at that location. You're in the center. I mean, you're not on LaSalle, but we're there just around the corner, drive through, parking, very convenient. You're on South Main, so great visibility. So I think it checked all the boxes for us, honestly. And I think we're looking back to it. It's the best decision we've made. And then just bringing in, obviously, location is very key, but you can have the best location in town. If you don't have the right people in there, it doesn't make sense. So getting that location, then bringing Victor, and already having Brandon and Riza in there who support him is home run for us. So we're excited.
Perspective too, knowing that you had the right people, right. When I finally, because it took me a while, to go visit the branch, I really was just blown away by I don't know what I thought, but maybe from the outside looking in, I just sort of saw it up on, like, it almost looks like it's up on a hill, or something.
Yeah.
But you just pull right around the back, and there was the drive up ATM, and there was the drive up teller, and there, and it was easy. It was just, nobody has to worry about walking up, stairs if they don't want to. I mean,
Right. Yeah, I think, yeah, convenience is a big factor. I mean, there's, I think, a lot of thought that, hey, you need to be in the center of downtown West Hartford. And so we're a little bit outside, but for me, I think just having the convenience of the parking
Yeah.
and the visibility, I think it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and the feedback we would receive from existing and new customers is the fact that it's so convenient, is the fact that we have all this free parking space that you don't have to pay for parking. You don't have a 30-minute time frame. You could really comfortably come into the brand, sit down with one of us for an extended period of time if you like. We offer, free coffee, best coffee. And yeah, so it is that feedback that we have received was the convenience and drive up, the drive through, the drive up ATM, all of that, and the ease of which we flow essentially.
And I was joking the other day because I never found anything wrong with the parking lot, and maybe that's a testament to Scott Franklin, the landlord. But you just had it repaved, so it's beautiful. It's even nicer than it was.
Oh yeah.
So yeah,
And,
all good.
and every time I need to use the ATM, they're paving. I don't know.
Oh yeah. There you go. That's it.
It's a great part. It's actually, it's a great parking lot, and as you pointed out, it's difficult in parts of West Hartford to park, get into a bank, get out of the bank in a reasonable amount of time. And it's also, even if they have a parking lot at some of the other branches in town, there's a lot of traffic, a lot more traffic, difficult to get in and out of those spaces than it is in your space. So it's really a great location and a great way to get in and out. And Tom and I were discussing a little bit earlier. I think Tom wanted to bring this up, but there's the world, we're going to virtual tellers, and what's going on with NBT Bank and that? What's your plans with that, and what are your thoughts on that?
So that technology's actually been out there for quite a while. And when I was at a prior institution, we had looked at it, but I don't know, for us, I'd look at it and I think there's nothing better than just having the local people in there and just having people that and you're reaching out to, and you're not really, when you go in there or talking to somebody, you're not starting over. They already know who you are, what your needs are, and they're there to support you. So the virtual teller, it's a nice technology, and then it gives you obviously flexibility with staffing, so you're not always filling in the positions at the branches. But I think for us, just having the local people, and also the consistency of it, I think that's really key. So when you're going in and who you're talking to the same person, and obviously we have 3 people in the branch, so they get to know everybody as the customers come in. So I think for us, I think that's really key.
It seemed, and maybe I'm wrong, it seemed as though this virtual teller thing sort of happened around the time of COVID. Is that fair or not really?
I mean, it was out there before that, but maybe that was an impetus to get it rolled out.
Okay.
More potentially. So I think that could be something that really pushed the technology to be a little bit more relevant. But again, like for us, I think if you're trying to establish yourself as in the community as the community bank, I think you want your customers talking to people that are live in your community, not somewhere else.
Right. Good point. Yeah. I would love to, I don't want to put you on the spot, but let's face it, in as Bob said, downtown or in West Hartford Center proper, there are lots of banking options. I mean, so what would you guys say would make somebody want to go to you? If they didn't know, if they'd never heard of you before, they didn't know you were next to Town Hall on South Main Street, what would you say to them, to come check you out? What's the big difference?
I think for us, it's always like you said, banks all have, we all kind of have the same products to a certain degree. So what really separates us is the people and the service that we deliver. And on top of that, the commitment to the community, and then, like I said, so Victor is an integral part of the team and getting out there. And that's why he spends, that's why, Tom, I do wonder, what does Victor do during the day? I'm not sure. He's out there all the time.
You get asked that a lot. Like, what do you really do during? You just go out meeting businesses, taking them out to lunch all the time.
Yeah, so it's building the relationships. That's really what it comes down to.
Yeah, and to add to Andreas, is obviously I always tell my team, to Andreas's point, we do offer similar products to a lot of the banks, but really our unparalleled customer service and our team, and we are empathetic. We understand, and we try to know a business before meeting them. So my team, they come up with business lists for me to meet them. But not only that, we go through their social media. We actually look at what they bring to the table, what products they offer. And then so when I go out to these meetings and I'm meeting them one-on-one, I'm not saying, okay, I actually have a background of what their business is. And I'm actually taking the time to learn about them and being empathetic and understanding their markets of what's happening in the real world. So I do my homework, and again, we just offer unparalleled customer service. And I can't stress it enough, because I love going out in the community and actually supporting the businesses that bring the relationship over. We're not just, oh, thank you for your business. We're actually, okay, we're actually, eating their food. We're actually going to their, their plays and everything like that. So we're actually participating in supporting and marketing them in that way, because you'll see us at the businesses that are opening accounts with us. So it's just, yeah, I love that.
Well, and Bob, you'll chuckle with this, but I was telling Andreas and Victor a while ago, we've had these podcasts. I don't know, what have we had, 24, or so, and it's amazing how many conversations we're having with guests, who are probably a lot of small business owners, whatever, but who bank with NBT, in the whole bit, which is just really, really sort of interesting. We don't set it up that way, we don't, plan on it that way, but it just ends up coming up, in the conversation, and without getting into details, I had a personal, very complicated, personal situation that I was trying to find a banking, source, who would work with me. And I'm very pleased and proud to say that it was really only NBT who wanted to make it, help me make it happen, and all that. There were so many others that it was just too much of a headache, or, didn't want to go there, or didn't understand what we were doing. So if somebody hasn't tried that hometown community approach, at NBT, I strongly suggest and urge them to do so. Speaking personally.
So on that, Tom had mentioned that before. So the decision-making then is done more local. I'm hearing that from Tom's statement there. Is that a more local decision-making than it would be some,
Yeah, we've got local decision-making, and then depending on the size and the complexity of the traction, it goes up, but we try to keep it as local as possible. Absolutely. Yeah. And then, like Tom said, it's like, that's what it comes down to, is trying to make each customer work and work with them to customize it, because we can all do the same simple transactions that are down the middle, cookie cutter. Anybody can do that, but where you, I think, separate yourself is when you do have that complicated transaction that comes along, and then taking the extra time to work with that customer.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah, I would agree.
So now, Victor, I'm going to put you on the spot on this one, but you knew I was going to mention it, and Jason's really going to wonder what the hell you're doing. This fall is the 10th anniversary of the Best of West Hartford, and we're very excited about it. And I wish I could say it was my idea, but it wasn't. Kelly, who owns Arthur Murray Dance, another local small business, came up with the idea of doing something really, really fun and unique and different for for this special 10th anniversary. And she came up with the idea of a Dancing with the Stars competition, which would be local VIP celebrities. So we have people like, our editor, Ronnie Newton, our mayor, Sherry Cantor, Dennis House, from Channel 8, ABC, and of course, Victor, so will be a lot of fun. It's the Monday. I don't have a calendar in front of me. I think it's November 5th, the Monday before election, day. So before you cast your votes, you'll be able to come and have some fun with Best of West Hartford. But that is something that I think sounds like it's really going to be fun, and different. So I don't have anything. Kelly will do all of it. She's going to pair up the 10 people, obviously for the 10th anniversary, into five dancing couples, and they will compete.
It's gonna be fun. Yeah, I'm ready. And I think I mentioned I've been practicing with my two little girls, so they've been dancing around me with their tutus on.
Which perfect. Okay. So tutus. So maybe I have to tell Kelly that. There we go.
I probably won't wear one. I might wear one out of good fun, but
yeah.
But I'm excited. It's going to be an experience for sure. I haven't danced since high school, like really danced since high school. So but I played football and sports and everything like that. So I think I can manage.
I think you can handle it. You can handle it. You're up for it. So
rumor has it he's dancing the cha-cha. I don't know.
There we go. All right. It'll go viral, Victor. You know that, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And we'll give more information as we get closer to all that. Actually, because before we have the awards night for Best of West Hartford in the month of September, we'll be doing the voting. So we'll talk more about that later. So we're almost out of time. Before we sign off and say goodbye to everybody, is there anything from NBT's perspective that we forgot to talk about or forgot to mention, or how did we do?
No, I think we covered everything. But again, thanks for having us back. It's great spending time with you and talking about the branch and just West Hartford in general.
Great. So one more time, contact information, address, phone number, email, whatever you want to give out.
I would like to also just mention, if you guys, are looking for me, I'll be at one of your next community events in West Hartford. So just look out for me. I'll be definitely guaranteed be there. So.
All righty.
And the annual meeting tonight. So are you guys going to be there tonight? Annual, the Chamber of Commerce?
Absolutely. Looking forward to it.
Looking forward to it. Looking forward to seeing you there.
All right. Sounds great. So until next time, we will say thank you to Andreas and to Victor from NBT Bank for joining us today. We probably will have a quarterly representation from NBT, going forward. And thanks again for even more community support. We would not be able to have this podcast without your sponsorship and without your support. So we appreciate that very much, and hopefully everybody will pop in at South Main Street and check you guys out.
All right, awesome. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you guys. Thank you, gentlemen.
Take care.
What I'm looking for in a bank is one that's looking out for me, like NBT. I want a relationship and a team that supports me in my dreams. And when life gets challenging, I need a bank that's focused on what matters. Not to mention one that's been top rated by Forbes in trust, customer service, financial advice, and more. That's why when it comes to meeting my banking needs, it's always NBT. Learn more at nbtbank.com. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.